Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery. Before we get too far, I'm doing the Billy Wahl demo today. Miss Claire from Strack HQ sent me the number 22, the one that was produced 22nd, sent me this knife. It's absolutely phenomenal. I love it. Thank you, Miss Claire. Nothing but love for Miss Claire. Now, Strack HQ is the one who distributes these RYP Design Billy Wahl demos. You need to hit Miss Claire up. Before I get too far into this video, 22 veterans a day take their own lives. Vets, I love you. You have a place here. God knows you do. We back the blue over here. We support Leo. Scab, how in the world do you do that, son? Well, we don't break the damn law. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. Well, I've done a Billy Wahl demo review, but that was DJ Horn's. This one's mine. This one's the Stonewash one. This one we need to do a review on. I'm going to start a weekly series that we're going to do mostly on Facebook and Instagram, but I thought we'd kick it off here on the tube and just show you the capabilities of this knife. Now, this is not straight out of the box. Nothing's been done with this knife except I've opened some boxes at work. I've carried it for a week or so. I haven't stropped it before this video. So, what you're seeing is an M390 blade with titanium handles. Beautiful knife. I love the knife. Now, the blade length's 4 inches. The blade thickness is 4 millimeters. Overall length open is 9.13 inches. It has a 60 Rockwell hardness with a sword grind. The Marlin hook runs on bronze washers. I'll show you some of the Marlin hook in a bit. It has a custom IKBS pivot system and a tungsten carbide glass breaker, which we have tried out. Now, if you watched my video before, we did some really hard use with it. We're going to do some really hard use with it again. That's just what we do here at Choir Boys Cutlery. This knife was a collaboration between Billy Wahl, I'm going to give you some info on him in a second, Robert Young Pelton, who is a world traveler, been in all kind of war zones, like 127 different countries. He's been with guerrillas, he's been with government forces. RYP is a badass. They called in Bill Harsey, who is godlike in the knife world. Bill is a tremendous knife designer and an overall good dude. Yes, I'm trying to butter him up so he'll adopt me. Those are just facts that we do know. Bill Harsey is a name in this industry. His name is on the blade. Now, one thing I've got to upgrade, guys, matter of fact, that's his signature on the blade right there. One thing I got to upgrade is my camera equipment, because my camera is not doing this knife justice. Normally, I don't really sweat the aesthetics and all that. This is an absolutely gorgeous knife. Now, we're gonna, that right there is the first piece of fat wood off Keith Carpenter's property up in Washington. He bought like 40 acres, and he says, Kevin, send you this first piece of fat wood. And Keith, thank you so much, my brother. It smells good, it's sweet, it's sticky, it's all the things that fat wood need to be. And at the end of this video, we're going to use our Billy Wahl demo to start a fire, a fat wood fire. Now, you keep saying, Scab, who the hell's Billy Wahl? Well, if I could reach through the phone and smack you, I would. Billy Wahl might be one of the baddest ass men on the planet. In 1945, Billy tried to join the Marines. They sent him home because he was 15. In 1954, however, he successfully joined the Army and joined the 10th Special Forces Group. My guy trained to parachute. He trained to jump into Russia with a nuclear warhead. That alone is badass. He's like first team all badass. You know what I'm saying? In 1965, he led an attack on 4,000 NVA soldiers at Bong Soon. He was shot 8 times and given up for dead. He was not dead. He was Billy Damn Wahl. He received the Purple Heart 8 times. He received a Silver Star and a Bronze Star. If the story ended there, and I said this last time, if it ended there, if that was it, it would be worthy of putting his name on this knife. I promise you that. It did not. In 2001, he flew into Afghanistan at the behest of our government to treat with the Northern Alliance. He is the oldest. He was the oldest at that time, oldest active CIA guy in history. He flew into Afghanistan at 2001 at 71 years of age. I have to have a damn cane to pee in the morning just to get to the bathroom at 50. My guy's a badass dude. Now, here's the marlin hook. I wanted to show you just a couple things, and we're trying a couple different things here, but the marlin hook is awesome. Now, how did this come about on a pocket knife? In 2005, Robert Young Pelton met with Billy at a Texas Waffle House. You do not get any more badass than that. If you roll your eyes at Waffle House, go ahead and turn the camera off. Go ahead and turn the video off, because honest to God, you're not going to like the rest of this video, I promise you. The Waffle House thing in Texas is epic. But they sat down and they come up with a design for a knife that Billy would want if he carried it behind enemy lines. Now, that's where Billy said, who the hell would want my name on a knife? I do. Yes, please. I'd have it on a hat, t-shirt. I've said all this before. Billy Wahl is a badass dude. If I hadn't said that enough, you're going to hear it more in this video. Now, the marlin hook, marlin spike on this knife is absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to link my first video I did on DJ's knife so you can see some more capabilities of the marlin hook. But it is awesome. It's good for untying knots. It has several different holes in it that you can use almost like a mini tool, like a wrench, and I'll show you some of that. I'll show you more of the marlin hook a little later on. Now, I want to say this. The overall sharpness of this knife right now is about an 8. It really is. I've cut tires with it. I've done all kind of stuff with it. And again, I just pulled it out this morning, woke up, and decided to do this video. Now, right there on the marlin hook, you see that little inscription. That is Lion Steel. Lion Steel actually builds these. Strack HQ distributes these. This is an RYP design. It is not a DPX, okay? Robert Young Pelton design. That's very important. Good hands there, Scab. Attaboy. There's a good shot of my beard. Know y'all enjoy that. We're going to do a quick push cut here. Now, what I wanted to do in this video with my knife is kind of set the barometer, set the page, set the trend, because like I said, each week we're going to do some different stuff. I will let some other folks review it. You see we're doing a little pretty hard push there. Now, even though I had to put a little force on it, you never seen that hose bend or buckle or anything. That edge has held up tremendously. I have stabbed the tire a few times. We're going to go to the Tower of Doom in a second. This is absolutely my most favorite pocket knife. Hands down, it really is. Now. This is a piece of old water hose. We're going to cut it. And in talking to Matthew Jensen the other day, he brought up this particular test. I had made the comment, oh, it blew right through it. And he said, Scab, I seen you tug a little bit. The verbiage didn't match the picture, and he's right. Here's the deal, guys. With this knife, like I said, it's probably about an 8 right now. Right there, it cut it very, very easily. Yes, I had to pull it some. I'd say again, and I want to reinforce this, I am a novice at best. Now, you see up in the left-hand corner, did some super hard stabs there into the tire. It held up exceptionally well. The edge held up well. It cut the tire, no problem. It cut the straps, no problem. We cut all kind of different medium here. Now, I'd mentioned Bill Harsey earlier. He designs a lot for Spartan blades, and he has his own designs. Right there again, there's some good hard stabs. Now we're going to do some slight push cuts through, no problem whatsoever. Mr. Harsey does the Defensa from Spartan. He does several of Spartan, but the Defensa is like one of my all-time favorite knives. So the fact that he's involved in this, his knowledge, his skill, just makes this an insanely durable, awesome, badass knife. I'm trying to petition now that we call it the Billy Wahl badass knife. Now, look at that. Let me tell y'all something. This piece of paper was sitting in my truck in Florida where swamp ass is rampant. It's 100% humidity 100% of the time. I just stabbed that tire. I just cut water hose, nylon rope, paracord, that stupid what is it, the stump of doom there that I stabbed 100 times. I've done all that, and it was still able to slice right through that paper. Did it hook a couple times? Yeah, when I got the sharpening choil hooked on it. But this edge, the edge retention, guys, is phenomenal. Lion Steel does a tremendous job. That 60 Rockwell hardness I love. Right here. Now, again, pushing a little bit, but after all of this, the edge is still held up. Now, after I was done with the testing, there's not one ding, there's not a chip, there's no rolling, there's nothing with this edge. Straight up, 100%, y'all say it with me, badassery. Awesome blade. Now, I decided to do a fat wood fire. I wanted to use this knife 100% all the way through. So I used some of Keith Carpenter's fat wood. I've used some, I believe some Douglas fir from Washington from Redneck Renegade. I've got some Georgia fat wood, some Michigan fat wood, some of that Canadian bacon Matt Pearson sent. Just some of everything, guys. I wanted to use some of everything in this. Now we're going to do some hard stabs. You've seen the Donnie B All Day drop test, the Donnie B All Day throw it at the stump test, and the Donnie B All Day stab test. Now let me say this. Donnie is marching to 10,000. He is my brother from another mother. If you're not subscribed to Donnie, please go do that right now. At some point in the next 2 months, it will be a must that this knife go to Donnie for, again, and he'll do some hard use testing on it. I have no doubt about that, and I want to see this knife in his hand, so go subscribe to him. The thing that I wanted to point out about those tests, though, on the hard downward throws, on the drop test, this is a frame lock, guys. It's a frame lock. Not one time did you see that lock fail. Not once. It is a well-built, well-designed, well thought out, named after a badass pocket knife. I love this knife. I believe the price point mid to high fours. That's a lot of money. I get it, but that's a lot of knife. This knife will go to my son, and it will go to his sons. I have all faith that this knife will still be around. Now, there's some more of that fat wood that Keith Carpenter sent, and what we did right here is just shave off a little bit of that diesel fuel to get this thing going. And again, fat wood's incredible. What fat wood is pine that's just filled up with sap, son. Hardened with sap. So that is some incredibly hard wood, and that knife has no problem shaving it right off. Y'all see I got a pretty good pile. It held up to batoning. It held up to all that. Do I love the knife? You're damn right I do. Now, when it comes to this, with bushcrafting, y'all know old scab bushcraft balling ain't the best. I wanted to use this spine of this knife to show y'all the capabilities of this knife. If you're stuck in the woods, will it work? And almost caught there. Let's see if it'll go. Well, here we go. There it is, right there. 100% fire, 100% of this knife, 100% badassery. The Billy Wahl demo by RYP Designs. Bill Harsey, RYP, Robert Young Pelton, Billy Wahl. Awesome, awesome, awesome job. Now, we got about 30 seconds left. Now listen, guys, here's the deal. This fire is for every service person, every citizen who stepped foot in Afghanistan. This is for y'all. I love y'all. God bless y'all. I respect your service. For those who made it home, for those who did not, this fire is for you and in honor of Billy Wahl. Mikey says it best. Everything's going to be all right. I'm Scab. You're not. And I'm gone, son.